Hello, future chemists. Welcome to an exciting journey into the world of aldehydes and ketones. Today, we are diving deep into their oxidation reactions, a fundamental concept in organic chemistry. From simple transformations to complex industrial processes, we'll explore how these carbonyl compounds react. Get ready to conquer the G advanced syllabus with our 4-level content progression, starting from easy and going all the way to hardest. Let's begin. Ready to uncover how aldehydes behave differently from ketones when exposed to oxidizing agents? Let's start with the basics. Oxidation, in simple terms, is a process where a molecule gains oxygen, loses hydrogen, or loses electrons. Aldehydes, with their unique hydrogen atom directly attached to the carbonyl carbon, are like easy targets. This CH bond makes them incredibly reactive and susceptible to oxidation, even by very mild agents. When an aldehyde is oxidized, it readily transforms into a carboxylic acid. This distinct reactivity is actually a key characteristic used in laboratories to differentiate aldehydes from other compounds. Remember this fundamental transformation, ARCHO becomes ARCU. Now, let's talk about ketones. Unlike aldehydes, ketones have two alkyl or aryl groups flanking their carbonyl carbon, meaning they lack that special CH bond. This structural difference makes them much more stable and resistant to oxidation under mild conditions. To oxidize a ketone, you need really strong oxidizing agents and vigorous conditions, like high temperatures and concentrated acids. When forced to react, the carbon-carbon bonds adjacent to the carbonyl group are cleaved. This usually results in a mixture of carboxylic acids, each containing fewer carbon atoms than the original ketone. So, ketones are tough nuts to crack when it comes to oxidation. Time to test your understanding with some quick questions. First, can you recall which functional group is easily oxidized to a carboxylic acid? Second, try to name two mild oxidizing agents that are commonly used to identify aldehydes. And finally, think about the structural reason why ketones are generally more difficult to oxidize compared to aldehydes. Pause the video, try to answer these, and reinforce your learning. Moving on to the medium level. Let's explore the specific reagents and rules that govern these fascinating oxidation reactions. For aldehydes, we have some classic tests. Tollens reagent, an ammoniacal silver nitrate solution, is famous for its silver mirror test. When warmed with an aldehyde, the silver ions are reduced to metallic silver, forming a shiny mirror. Fehling's solution, a copper, complex, is another key player. Aldehydes reduce the blue copper, ions to a red-brown precipitate of cuprous oxide upon heating. Both these reactions are specific to aldehydes, making them invaluable diagnostic tools in the lab. Understanding their reactions is key to identifying aldehydes. When it comes to the vigorous oxidation of unsymmetrical ketones, Popoff's rule helps us predict the major products. This rule states that the carbon-carbon bond cleavage preferentially occurs such that the carbonyl group stays with the smaller alkyl group. This effectively means the bond on the side of the larger alkyl group is broken. For example, if you oxidize to butanone, the bond between the carbonyl carbon and the ethyl group will break, leading to ethanoic acid and propanoic acid as the main products. This rule is crucial for predicting outcomes in more complex ketone oxidations. Beyond the specific aldehyde tests, other powerful oxidizing agents are also used. Chromic acid, formed from chromium trioxide or potassium dichromate in sulfuric acid, is a strong agent that efficiently converts aldehydes to carboxylic acids. It's also versatile, oxidizing primary alcohols to acids and secondary alcohols to ketones. Acidified potassium permanganate is an even stronger oxidant. While great for aldehydes, its potency means it can also cleave carbon-carbon bonds in ketones under harsh conditions and oxidize other functional groups like double bonds. Similarly, concentrated nitric acid is a strong agent capable of oxidizing both aldehydes and ketones under vigorous conditions. Now for some medium-level practice. First, describe what you'd observe if propanol reacts with Tollens reagent. Second, write the balanced equation for ethanol reacting with Fehling's solution. Third, predict the major products of 2-pentanones vigorous oxidation using Popoff's rule. Fourth, consider if chromic acid can distinguish aldehydes from ketones under mild conditions and explain why. Finally, think about why vigorous oxidation of unsymmetrical ketones often yields a mixture of products. Take your time to formulate your answers. Welcome to the hard level. Here, we'll delve into the mechanisms, advanced reactions, and factors that control oxidation. Let's explore the underlying mechanisms of Tollens and Fehling's tests. In Tollens reaction, the aldehyde first forms a gemdiol in water. This gemdiol then loses a hydride ion, which directly reduces the silver ions to metallic silver, forming that characteristic mirror. The gemdiol itself is simultaneously oxidized to a carboxylate anion. Similarly, in Fehling's test, the aldehyde hydrate is involved in reducing copper ions to copper oxide, which precipitates as a red solid. The tartrate complex in Fehling's solution plays a vital role in keeping the copper ions dissolved in the alkaline medium, preventing premature precipitation. Beyond the basic oxidations, we encounter more specialized reactions. The Baeyer-Villiger oxidation is fascinating. Ketones are converted into esters by inserting an oxygen atom between the carbonyl carbon and an adjacent alkyl group, typically using peroxy acids. The migratory aptitude of the alkyl groups, following a specific order, determines which group migrates. Then there's the haloform reaction, characteristic of methyl ketones and acetaldehyde. In this reaction, a methyl group adjacent to a carbonyl is halogenated multiple times, leading to its cleavage to form a haloform like chloroform and a carboxylate salt. These reactions offer unique synthetic pathways. Several factors significantly influence oxidation reactions and their selectivity. Steric hindrance from bulky groups can impede the approach of oxidizing agents, impacting reaction rates. Electronic effects, such as electron donating or withdrawing groups, can stabilize or destabilize reaction intermediates, thus affecting reactivity. The pH of the reaction medium is also critical, as many oxidizing agents, like potassium permanganate, have varying reactivity under acidic, neutral, or alkaline conditions. Achieving selective oxidation, where only the desired functional group reacts, requires careful choice of reagents and precise control of reaction conditions, especially when multiple oxidizable groups are present in a molecule. Time for your hard-level challenge. First, explain how the CH bond in aldehydes makes them susceptible to mild oxidation, contrasting this with ketones. Second, predict the product of acetophenones Baeyer-Villiger oxidation with MCPBA, justifying the migratory aptitude. Third, a compound gives a positive Tollens test but doesn't decolorize bromine water. What does this tell you? Fourth, propose a method to oxidize propanol to propanoic acid without affecting a double bond. Fifth, mechanistically account for the silver mirror formation in Tollens test. Sixth, how does pH affect K-aminophos oxidizing power? And finally, identify the starting ketone yielding 2-methylpropanoic acid and iodoform with I2NOH. Good luck! Welcome to the hardest level. Here, we'll explore the competitive depth of oxidation, touching upon industrial applications, complex mechanisms, and advanced synthetic strategies crucial for Advanced. Oxidation reactions are not just lab curiosities, they are cornerstones of industrial chemistry. Think about adipic acid, a vital precursor for nylon 6. Its production involves the large-scale oxidation of cyclohexanone. Acetic acid, another industrial staple, also relies on oxidation processes. Beyond these, specialized reagents like selenium dioxide, or SeO, offer unique selectivity. SeO is used to oxidize active methylene or methyl groups adjacent to carbonyls to new carbonyls, forming alpha-keto-aldehydes or 1,2-decarbonyl compounds. Its mechanism involves fascinating steps like Na reactions and sigmatropic rearrangements, highlighting the precision possible in organic synthesis. Let's dive deeper into the mechanisms of two key reactions. The Baeyer-Villiger oxidation begins with a nucleophilic attack by the peroxy acid on the ketone's carbonyl carbon, forming a tetrahedral intermediate. This intermediate then undergoes a crucial rearrangement where an alkyl or aryl group migrates to an electron-deficient oxygen. This migratory aptitude, like tertiary alkyl being more migratory than methyl, is directly linked to the stability of the developing positive charge during the transition state. The haloform reaction, on the other hand, involves multiple alpha-halogenations of a methyl ketone under basic conditions, leading to a trihalogenated methyl group that becomes an excellent leaving group, eventually forming the characteristic haloform and a carboxylate. Oxidative cleavage is another powerful tool in organic chemistry. Periodic acid, HIO, is particularly useful for cleaving carbon-carbon bonds in vicinal diols and alpha-hydroxycarbonyls, yielding simpler carbonyl compounds. This mechanism often involves the formation of a cyclic intermediate. When dealing with alpha-beta-unsaturated aldehydes or ketones, selectivity becomes paramount. For instance, Tollens reagent can oxidize the aldehyde group without touching the carbon-carbon double bond, while a strong agent like potassium permanganate would oxidize both. Understanding these nuances is vital for designing precise synthetic routes and predicting reaction outcomes in complex molecules. Mastering oxidation reactions is fundamental for synthetic planning. If an aldehyde needs to be preserved while another part of the molecule undergoes oxidation, it can be temporarily protected, for instance, as an acetal, and then deprotected later. Ketones often serve as key intermediates in the synthesis of more complex molecules, whether they are destined for oxidative cleavage into carboxylic acids or transformed into esters via Baeyer-Villiger oxidation. In retrosynthesis, working backward from a target molecule, recognizing an oxidation step is crucial for identifying suitable precursors. While Popoff's rule provides guidance for vigorous ketone oxidation, mixtures are still common, emphasizing the challenges in achieving complete retroselectivity in some cases. Alright, advanced learners, here are your first 5 hardest level questions. First, design a synthetic route from cyclohexene to adipic acid, detailing all oxidation steps. Second, explain why 3-phenyl to butanone's Baeyer-Villiger oxidation primarily yields 1-phenyl 1-methylpropyl acetate. Third, identify a C5H10O compound that gives positive iodoform and negative Tollens tests, and upon vigorous oxidation, yields ethanoic and propanoic acids. Fourth, discuss the limitations of Popoff's rule for highly substituted or cyclic ketones. And fifth, propose a mechanism for the periodic acid oxidation of an alpha-hydroxy ketone. Take your time to think critically and apply your knowledge. Continuing with the hardest level questions, here are the next 5. Sixth, how would you chemically differentiate between butanol, butanone, and 2-butanol using only oxidation-based tests? Seventh, an unknown C8H16O compound reacts with SiO2 to form an alpha-keto-aldehyde, suggest its possible structure and the alpha-keto-aldehyde formed. Eighth, explain the industrial importance of selective oxidation in fine chemical production, using a carbonyl-related example. Ninth, discuss the challenges in achieving 100% yield and selectivity in large-scale industrial oxidation versus lab-scale reactions. And finally, describe how migratory aptitude in Baeyer-Villiger oxidation relates to carbocation stability. These questions will truly test your understanding. And that brings us to the end of our comprehensive session on the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. I hope you've gained a deeper understanding, from basic concepts to advanced mechanisms and industrial applications. Remember, practice is key to mastering these topics for G Advanced. For more such in-depth educational content, practice problems, and interactive learning experiences, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates and more exciting chemistry lessons. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep aiming for excellence.